Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me for Fun Fold Friday. Today I have a card for you that it could be Valentine's or just to let somebody know that you love them and you're sending them a big smooch. This is our card and it's going to open like this where you just have the little peek through with the sentiment. I'm using the Valentine Kisses bundle and this beautiful floral paper. So thank you for joining me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Cunningham and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And every Friday I post a fun fold video on my YouTube channel, which is LC Designs, and then here on my Facebook page as well, which is LC Designs. And so for some of you that don't know, yes, my name is Lisa Cunningham, but the LC doesn't actually stand for Lisa Cunningham. When I created my name, it was for my two grandchildren. I have two grandchildren and it's Lily and Cruz, which just happens to be LC. And they're the two that's in my logo, in my heart. They are my heart and they inspire me. I've been doing this for 10 years. As a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I did it long before when my kids were growing up. I just have always had this creative outlet. It was definitely a stress reliever. Being a mother of three, working a full-time job, holding every PTA position, Boy Scout, softball, you name it. Anyway, that's how I got into my Stampin' Up! Journey. And we are having a ordering special right now that you can get the Stampin' Positioner. I haven't been able to play with mine yet, but if you sign up and join my team, this will automatically be put in your starter kit and you can still add $125 of product that you choose for $99 and free shipping, which is amazing because that's another like 11% discount. And this I had to pay $49 for because I'm already a demonstrator, so I can't sign up again. But anyhow, let's have fun and get started. Okay, so let's get started with today's project. So this is a fun fold because it's different. You have two pieces that you're connecting together by this one, and we're going to stamp our little sentiment right in here. So I decided to use, because we're almost at Valentine's Day, one last Valentine's Day card. Or, you know, you can, this doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, just giving you a big smooch. So we're using the Valentine Kisses stamp set and the dies. And I already have my stuff pulled out that we'll be using, my stamp and die. And I decided to use finally the non-Valentine's paper and using the Florals in Bloom. I love this paper. And so what I did is I just chose this pattern and then I chose the colors out of it. So Cloud Cover and then Blackberry Bliss. I probably could have added the green to it. I don't know. I think it's garden green. But this paper is gorgeous. You can use this for so many different occasions. Look at all the pretty. I'm probably going to make a lot of cards with this. And maybe more of this exact card. But anyway, this is the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. And I chose to use this Cloud Cover Blackberry Bliss pattern. And we're going to use the In Color Flat Pearls because they have the cloud cover in them. All right, so to get started, here's all your measurements and the products that I use. So don't forget, you just scan this and it's going to take you right to my online store and you can purchase these items. So we are going to start with the piece of 4 1/4 by 11 cloud cover cardstock. So this should already be 4 1/4 and 11 because I cut my first piece So we're going to score this at 5.5, just like a normal card base. Making sure I'm in the camera. So at 5.5, we're going to score this to fold it in half. But now we are going to cut it at 7.25. So I'm just going to move it over to 7.25 here. And we're going to cut this piece off. Now this piece, we're going to cut it down to 2.5 inches. So 2.5 width. Or width is 4.25 still. We're going to cut this down to 2.5. And now this piece we're going to use for some die cutting. So don't throw that away, but here's our pieces of our card base. But I do need another piece because that's going to be our connecting piece. I'm calling it a connecting piece. And our connecting piece is going to be 2.25 by 3 3/4. So 2.25. Perfect. This is already cut at 2.25 by 3 3/4. And again, I'm calling this a connecting piece. I didn't know what to call it. So let's move this aside. And well, let's do all our pieces of designer series paper. So for our top flap, so now this is going to fold this way. And this is our top flap, is what I'm calling it, is going to be, or the top layer is going to be 1 5/8 by 4 1/8. This should be 4 1/8. Yep. So 4 1/8 by 1 5/8, which is 2 lines after the half is the 5/8. So 1 5/8. Now on our 2.5 inch piece, this should be our 2.5 inch piece. It is, we are going to cut that one at 2 3/8. So 2 notches before the half. 2 3/8 by 4 1/8, which this is already 4 1/8. So that's going to go there. And those are our pieces there. We're going to need a piece of 5.25 by 4 basic white, which I already have. I always cut a whole package of paper for these because they're the insides of my cards. And then we're going to need a layer for our connecting piece. And that's going to be 2 1/8 by 3 5/8, the 2 notches after the half. And I believe that is correct. So yes, there is that layer. Okay, so we got all that out of the way. So again, take a screenshot of your measurements here that you're going to want. And let's piece this together. So we'll put our top one on first. And try to move this out of the way so you can see. We'll put our top piece first. And I think it goes this direction. And so today I'm going with those little 1/8 inch borders instead of the 1/4. And then this one we will just glue here to our 2 inch piece. Like so. And remember, this is going to connect. This is our connecting piece, which I'm calling my connecting piece. And we're just going to glue this. There's no, no stamping or anything on this piece. I just wanted to go with white. I was going to go with the Blackberry Bliss, but we were doing our kissing booth in Blackberry Bliss. So now this is our piece to go inside the 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. like most card insides. And we'll glue that. Now this one's got the 1/4 inch. Hold on. I knew that was gonna kind of happen. Right, like so, a little better. I was not so straight. So again, this will go here, this is gonna go here, and this is gonna connect. Now I could connect that right now, but we're gonna do all our die cutting pieces, and we have some stamping and coloring and good stuff. So let's stamp and color first, I guess. We're going to stamp our bear, our little kissing bear in Memento. And then our little jar. We're just going to use the jar. And for the bear, I'm going to color him with crumb cake. So I'm going to color his nose with the dark. And oops, I'm doing this opposite of what I did. The other one I did the other way. But I like to outline with my dark. And then I'll use the light to blend those colors in. So blend them in. Pull, 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 pull that dark ink and bring it in. So you have that little shadow. On my other bear, I did the dark on the outside. This one I did it on the inside, which is actually probably the correct if you're going to shadow. Sorry for the squeakiness. Hopefully that doesn't bother you. The other day I was in here coloring and my husband says, I could hear the squeaking going on in there. I was like, you could? I didn't think it was that loud, but he heard it. So again, I'm going to put some more just to pull that color out. Just like so. And there, he looks a little shadowed. And then now I'm going to color my jar, and I'm using cloud cover. I have the cloud cover blends. So for the jar, I'm going to do those, every other light and then dark. I did the label dark, and then now we're going to color the jar in with light. Again, I'm just trying to use this cloud cover, the colors from the designer series paper. And then I'm going to go back over these just to make sure that dark stands out a little better. Okay, so let's get the cut and emboss machine. Da-da-da-da. And as you guys know, there is a ordering special going on. Or not an ordering special, a join my team. If you'd like to join my team, which is called the Lucky Charms, right now you can get a Stampin' Positioner, which is an amazing product. And you get it inside your kit and for absolutely free, and then you still get to pick $125 in product, all for just $99 and free shipping. Shipping's like a 11% savings on your total. Okay, so when we pull this out, my pieces are sticking, which is good. And we'll take these guys all out, our bear and our jar. And I forgot to put the heart and banner. So there's that extra piece that we had. We're just going to do a little banner and a heart out of that scrap. That way we're using everything. But again, if you want to join my team and you have any questions, just let me know. We get together once a month. You do not have to be here local. You can be out of state. I actually have three out of state. And we do our team meetings on Facebook. We have a private Facebook page. You get all my PDF tutorials for free. So I'm trying to get this out. We're going to save those hearts because, okay, let me punch the hearts out. That might help a little bit better because we're going to use those hearts. Again, we use everything. But yeah, we'll do our team meetings via Facebook. If you can't join us live, you can always see the recording. And we do make and takes and we do discuss some business topics, and it's okay if you just want to be a hobby demonstrator, you can. That's how I started out, and then I started doing my videos and stuff and just really wanted to share what I enjoy doing. Okay, so I think that is all of our pieces. I just need my bear. But again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I am more than happy to, yes, there are minimums, but that's only if you want to stay active. And you will get a 20% discount right off the bat on any of your orders, or if any family members order from you. So I just put some dots of glue, and we're going to put together our little kissing booth, just like so. And then we're going to glue this little banner on. So we could put a strip of glue. You can actually put 2 if you want to get the bottom glued on as well. And we'll put that right on there. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue. I was going to kind of wait. So here's the hearts that we took out of here. I'm going to use this big one right here in the center of the jar. And we are going to use a mini dimensional right here and stick our jar on. I love this putty end. It helps me pick up a lot of things. You could put another dimensional back here if you want, but nobody's gonna see it. So I'm gonna put a strip of glue right along our bear, and I'm gonna attach him because he's given some kisses. And we are going to add some dimensionals. So minis, you got to strategically put them right in between these areas that have no openings so that they're hidden. So we can put 2 there. We can use a regular dimensional on him and then 2 on his booth. Let's get all these off. There's our little guy. He's so cute. Oh, one other thing, and it's okay. I'm just going to put some glue here. Our heart. Where did my heart go? Is it still in here? It sure is. I thought I pulled everything out. Here is this heart. And I wanted to glue this flat on his booth. Again, here I am using my putty part of I don't know what I got there. All right, so now here is our connecting piece, and I already got the dimensionals on the back, and we're just gonna stick him right on there like so. So now we're gonna put 4 little tiny drops. You wanna make sure you get they're tiny, because these hearts are tiny. This one maybe, it's just like barely. And here's my putty part of my these need to be flipped over. You probably, I mean, they could go either way. I just know that they were backwards. I think I got too much putty out right now. And I'm going to turn this guy. Turn him. And me and these sniffles, I have had these sniffles for weeks. And I think it's just all the different, you know, the different weather. We have nice weather. We have cold weather. We go back to nice. We go back to cold. Okay, so let's put our connecting piece on. So this, I'm lining it up at the bottom of this with the bottom of my card base. If you're afraid it's gonna move or something, you can always like put a piece of tape on it. This is, you know, if you have the 3M tape or this mint tape, that's it'll hold it, but it doesn't stick to your stuff. If you want, you could just put like that. Easy peasy. This is gonna go down, and I didn't burnish that, which we should have did from the beginning, but I had just folded it and didn't show you. Okay, this, did it move? I don't think it moved. But let's just make sure, lining it up at the bottom again, and your sides. And so I'm going to put glue on the top portion first. And you don't have to put a lot. Ooh, good thing that landed the right way. And now I moved my card. And just put it over. So it's only like a 1/4 inch from this side. And as long as this is straight, and if this moved, we're okay, but it shouldn't. And then I'm just going to put some right down here. And I know only go like a 1/4 inch. And then I'll lay this down. And there's our connecting piece. It's connected. So now this isn't going to go anywhere. So we want to stamp our sentiment. So I'm using Blackberry Bliss. Again, pulled the color choice from the DSP. And we're going to just stamp it right there. So when your recipient gets their card, they could already see that they're getting a big smooch from you. Okay, so now we need our in color dots. And I have so many of these, and I've been using these a lot lately. So I wanted to put something here. I didn't want to leave it blank. So I'm going to put a big one. And then a couple of the smaller ones. And then we're going to put a big one down in here, a medium-sized one here, and then a medium-sized one over here. And that is it. I guess I could take that off. See, we're connected now. And there is our fun fold card. What do you guys think? There they are. Side by side. Isn't this paper so pretty? Now, again, this doesn't have to be Valentine's. The stamp set's called Valentine Kisses, but this does not have to be Valentine's. Like, this would be great to send to a grandchild, a little niece, a little nephew, just to let them know that you think about them and you're sending them some love. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this card. Take care. Bye-bye.